Hi, it's 10 years gone again, making another movie of Happy Valley. And today we're going to do a little introduction to the Happy Valley adventure game. It's recently won a Sci Award for Innovative Coding 2014. Sci Award, and thank you very much. We're just going to start out with a little trip through the streetcar. A little bit of sightseeing through the woods. There's something rather interesting over there. There's some bright lights up in the sky. And the server-controlled mover seems to be hanging up a bit, but that's to be expected. Okay, we're coming up on our destination right now. It's the Harold's Angels Farm. I don't know if you heard the audio from that. We just caught the edge of a zone there. Heard a little bit of whatever was playing on Nurse Mum Radio. Provides the soundtrack to a lot of what goes on in Happy Valley. And for those of you who follow GSK's webpage, you may remember that the Happy Valley photograph of Nightcap sitting on the fence post was taken right about here. Now, for the Happy Valley game, a registration with SW Interactive is recommended, but it's not really necessary. Now, I've already tried the frame capture, and it just doesn't get the SW Interactive stuff. So we'll just start out now. This bird looks like it's in a great deal of distress. And I've done everything I could to make it obvious, but everyone seems to miss it. Now, to activate the characters, you simply click on it. And the one thing I know you can't see the chat, but one thing people don't seem to realize is that these are not bots. This is all done with timers and say commands. And in the chat, it's saying, help, help, some terrible nougat has stolen my eggs. I hate the nougats that have invaded from SW City, and I wish someone would take a gun and just shoot them. I know. Butch has a gun. I'm sure he would let you borrow his. And then it does say, watch out for Harry on the way in. He's a little bit enthusiastic and maybe a bit of a vacant skull. I'm not sure what that means. Well, of course I do. We come in here and we're suddenly attacked by Harry. But getting back to business. It did say go in and ask Butch for a gun. Now, those of you may wonder why I would put so much of SW City in Happy Valley. You see that body of water just the other side of the train tracks is the Ironic Ocean. Now, when I was just relearning AW after a bit of an absence, I noticed that SW City was rather prominent on the AW map, and I thought that everything inside the boundary of that ocean was SW City. In fact, I'm told that SW City is only the urbanized area on the islands in that ocean. Now, of course, I've spoke with Butch, and he has opened his cabinet door and told me, yes, you may borrow my gun. As you can see, it's a pickup mover. He also said, don't forget to take the ammunition. Now, here's a little note for the game designers out there. The gun is a pickup mover, as I've mentioned before, and has an embedded timer that enables the targets. But with the way AW works, that would mean anyone who is within 200 meters or local chat range of a gun would be able to would have the targets enabled. Obviously, you only want to be able to shoot things if you have the gun. What the ammunition does, I should begin right at the beginning. The actual global command on the gun says timer stop. But when you click the ammunition, it puts a command on there that says timer reset, which starts the timer again. Now, that's a local timer, so only if you have the gun in your hands, in your possession, will the targets be enabled for you. That's one way to get around the code. Now, in the description text that I got from clicking on the characters, it says that the Nougats are hiding in the woods to the north and west. So now we are heading north and west into the woods. And we're hunting Nougats, trying to find the one that stole Bertie's eggs. Doesn't seem to be anything yet. Let's go a little deeper into the woods and see what we find. What's this here? Okay, those of you who aren't familiar with SW City might not know immediately what a nougat is, but this little woodland creature is a runny babbit. It's indigenous to Happy Valley and is clearly not a nougat. And there's another one over there. Now, these do have targetings on them, and if you try to shoot them, oh, what have we here? We found our way to a rock concert. Look at that. Oh, we're not really interested in a rock concert right now. Aha, what have we here? Now, those of you who have played SW City would know immediately that is a nougat. No eggs there. That one didn't have eggs either. No, I'm afraid we've come up empty. Well, there's another one right there. Let's see what we've got. Please ignore that untextured field to the left of your screen. Let's just get it out of there. Obviously, there's no eggs there. That's this down here. Clearly it's another nougat. We'll just let him have it. And again, we've come up with nothing. Oh, hiding behind the tree. No, nothing there. Now I see we've almost come out of Happy Valley. We've come to an unfinished trolley line. And a big grassy field. Oh, an old build from the 1990s, which has been incorporated into the landscape. It's sometimes fun to poke around in the old builds, see what people were getting up to back in those days. Well, we haven't gone too far yet. There's another one. I'm just going to let him have it. Now, some of you may have noticed that the bullet doesn't actually go where you click. I'm afraid that's sort of not in the cards for active worlds yet. Perhaps if you had a private world, you'd be able to do that, but not in Alpha World. Oh, now look at what we have here. It's a whole group of them. Oh, what is this? Right down here. That looks like birdie eggs. We'll just pick those up and take them with us. And at this point, a lot of users like to fly. I can't say I blame them, especially when going through unfinished landscape. Now, some ask, why would I make these things so spread out? And it has to do with the fact that the timer always operates within local chat range, 200 meters. So if I want the timer to do something that wouldn't otherwise do it if it was just sitting there, I have to put that more than 200 meters away from the original location of the pickup mover. And so those of you who've been following the videos would know that that's the rocket launch site there. A few more trolley cars. Alright, we're back to within our destination. And a rendered streetcar there. That's a little odd. But here we find Birdie again. And you notice that the exclamation points have disappeared, and she's much calmer now. But she's very happy to find that you've brought back her eggs, and she's going to take them back to the nest now. But wait, you hear, "Excuse me," in chat. And look, here comes Butch. He says, if it's not too much trouble, I'd like my gun back. Oh no, I see you've dropped it. Well, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to go back and get it. Preferably before the Nougats figure out how to use it. Now, of course, we've built into those who know AW will know that you can only have one pickup mover in your hand at a time. And so, of course, it wouldn't have thought about it. There's, of course, you've dropped the gun. Now, another problem is I had absolutely no idea where the user would be standing once he brought back the eggs, so I just picked out a place arbitrarily for Butch to stand. And he says, now I have an idea. It's something I've been meaning to do anyway. The Nougats have a nest by a bridge over a ravine, which we've already seen. We know where that is. And he says, what I'd like you to do is take this bomb and set it off in the Nougat nest, and then bring my gun back. So I'll just pick up the bomb. There it is. I have it in my hand. I'll just switch camera views, and there I am. I know if Rick Knoll is watching this, he'd be familiar with this bomb. I set one off at his feet. Oh, seemed to have attracted the attention of Harry again. We'll just go back to our first-person view. And we'll fly back to where we came from. And I caught the edge of the zone and another little snippet from Nurse Mum Radio. Now here's an artifact of AW. using a texture remote, as we've come to call them, to avoid any number of create commands and save oodles of cell space to keep the building inspector far, far away. But sometimes the timers hang up a little bit, and we're left with untextured landscape for a little bit longer than we'd like to. Now look, these vermin do grow back quickly, don't they? Yes, they reproduce rapidly. Right, now we're looking for the nest. Let's just pop down this hole. And here we are in the nougat nest. So we'll just leave the bomb right there. Now this isn't exactly a harmful bomb to us. It's what they call a pistachio nut oil bomb. Another device that I've borrowed from SW City. And there is the gun. So back we go out of the nougat nest. And back to see Butch. Wait, what's going on? I can't shoot these nougats. There's something wrong with the gun. We'll just fly back as quickly as we can. And give Butch his gun back. And again, at the end of the scenario, we click on the character, and we hear Butch say, "Thank you for bringing my gun back and taking care of those nasty nougats." And he foreshadows the next chapter in the Happy Valley adventure. Anyway, this concludes your introduction to Happy Valley Gaming, and thanks for everyone who voted for this for the Innovative Coding Award 2014 Sci Award. Thank you very much, and I'll be making more videos.